what bothers me about my sister, and I still love and respect her, and I'm going to hope that she engages in some corrective behavior, because this is insane. This is absolutely insane to see such a talented, beautiful Black woman build her career through Black culture by way of the hip hop movement, become a multi-millionaire, one of the top selling artists of this century, and to use Black culture to build your career and then turn around and use the platform that was created through Black culture and hip hop. And now you're going to use your platform and your prominence within our culture to work against the progress of Black people by joining Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Erika, Kirk, Turning Point USA against the best interests of Black people. It's bothersome. And the issue about this, Art, is, to me, this is the Candace Owens effect. This is the Candace Owens effect. What did Candace Owens do? Back in 2007, Candace Owens and her parents, along with the NAACP in Stamford, Connecticut, sued Candace Owens' school district because Candace Owens was receiving threats from some of her white schoolmates. They were calling her racist names. They were leaving racist voicemails, sexist voicemails. There was threats against Candace Owens, and the school district in Stamford, Connecticut sat by and did nothing. So Candace Owens and her parents, with the NAACP's help, rightfully sued the Stamford, Connecticut School Board, I believe it was, to a tune of $37,500. So you have Candace Owens, a Black woman, another very articulate, intelligent, attractive Black woman, just like Nicki Minaj, who benefited from civil rights, okay, and used those civil rights that our ancestors fought for to bring suit against a white racist school district. And then she spins the block on civil rights. And now look at her. She goes and gets a white husband. And now she's one of the biggest supporters of the conservative white racist agenda against African people. And as she's touring the country and she's all over the news media, okay, trying to defend the honor, integrity, and legacy of another racist in Charlie Kirk. And don't get me wrong, I didn't appreciate the way that he lost his life. I didn't appreciate Black people making a mockery of him, because I wouldn't want anybody to be made a mockery of when you lose your life in front of your wife and children. That is not to be made fun of. But at the same time, how is Candace Owens running around championing the legacy of Charlie Kirk, while at the same time you made a documentary trying to prove to the whole world that George Floyd was not suffocated to death by the knee of a police officer? So you will make a documentary to try to make a Black man who was assassinated look like a criminal, and then you'll turn around and go out of your way and even put your safety and the safety of your children in jeopardy to champion the legacy of a racist Charlie Kirk, who Candace Owens refers to as her best friend. How in the hell can a Black woman have a white racist as a best friend? Look at the things Charlie Kirk said about Black women. Look at the things Charlie Kirk said about Black men. But getting back to Nicki Minaj, I believe that Donald Trump and the conservative movement in this country selected Nicki Minaj because they needed a replacement for Candace Owens. Remember, Candace Owens has fallen out of favor with the Republican Party and the mainstream conservative white agenda, because she's now exposing the Zionist control of the conservative movement and of the United States government. In fact, Art, I would argue that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I believe, by the Zionist movement. Charlie Kirk began to question Zionist infiltration of the U.S. government. He began to question Zionist control of U.S. institutions, systems, and industries. And he began to get a little bit out of hand with his rebuke of the Israeli agenda. I believe that's why Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I believe that because he was becoming so unapologetic in his criticism of the Israeli influence in America, along with the Zionist influence of America, that he was unalived. And because Candace Owens followed suit behind Charlie Kirk, and she started exposing the Zionist control of the United States government, they had to distance themselves from Candace. So if we're going to distance ourselves from Candace, and this is Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and the mainstream white conservative movement, we got to find another black woman. We got to find another black woman who can compete with Candace Owens nationally and internationally to bring attention away from Candace Owens, who is highlighting the Israeli influence on American politics. And so who better to use than Nicki Minaj? Now, I don't know why Nicki Minaj is doing this. I don't know if she's getting paid. I don't know if it's a favor. I don't know if it's an exchange, as some people have suggested. Okay, I don't know. But I know it's not right. I know it's wrong. I mean, look at all the black women, Art, who Donald Trump has had laid off of their jobs. According to the Department of Labor, between 300 and 400,000 black women have lost their jobs since March because of Donald Trump's policies. So Nicki Minaj, in all respect, if you see yourself as a black woman, how can you sit up there with Erika Kirk and talk about black kids being made to be proud of themselves at the expense of white children? Where has that ever happened, Art? I'm an educator. I'm a principal. I'm a school psychologist. I ain't been in no school in America where white kids are made to feel bad about being white so black children can be proud about their African heritage. Where is that at? Somebody show me where white kids are being mistreated at the expense or for the benefit of black children. First of all, most teachers are white. Most public schools are white controlled. Most private schools are white controlled. All your Catholic schools are white controlled. What are we talking about? Most lawyers in America are white. Most doctors in America are white. Most real estate in America is owned by white people. Most politicians are white. In the U.S. Senate, you only have 3 black senators. You might get 4 if Jasmine Crockett wins, but they don't have any influence. Cory Booker, what good has he been? Raphael Warnock, what good has he been? Tim Scott, what good has he been? And if Jasmine Crockett wins, what good will she be?